Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and today I'm joining you from a rather toasty Iran. Why is that? Because tensions are very high in Iran. We've seen that on Friday, Donald Trump ordered a drone strike on Iraq, and subsequently killing a Iranian militant commander. And we saw yesterday that a funeral was held in his wake. So today we've seen that there's a £60 million assassination target on Donald Trump, which is a very high figure. So US FBI will be on high watch for Trump Tower and his own residence. Also, we've seen today that Aston Martin have halved their profit for full year, which has seen a terrible year for Aston Martin. And Morrison's also reported weak like-for-like sales in their Q3 figures. However, this did beat estimates, so the share actually rallied. So we're going to look at the indices. So we've seen today in the Asian market the indices rose because there was little news of an Iranian response. And nothing actually materialised. It was just the rumoured £60 million assassination figure. And this has carried over into the European morning session. We've seen that the FTSE has rallied just over 0.2%, and the S&P and Wall Street futures have also carried over 0.2% rise. And then if we move on to shares, we've seen that Morrison's has risen 2.91%, and this was on the back of seeing a fall in like-for-like sales of 1.7% for Q3. This actually beat estimates of 2.2%, so as a result the share price has rallied to 198 points. Aston Martin has seen a downgrading of profits to 130 to 140 million pounds, and this is almost half of last year's 2018's full year figure of just over 270 million pounds. So Aston Martin has seen a terrible year, and this morning it has fallen almost 15% to 445 points. If we move over to the FX sphere, we see that the GBP USD is up over 0.2%. So this has pulled back the FTSE a little bit. Also, we've seen that the Euro USD is down 0.1%. This is with a strengthening dollar, with stocks rallying. The USD Japan is also up as tensions start to ease a little, with little or no news today. And this is also carried over into the commodities market. We've seen that the gold and silver is down for today. Gold is down 0.04% and silver is down 0.13%. Oil has also eased after hitting $70 per barrel for Brent crude, and touching monthly highs. We've seen that it's fallen back 0.3%. But this is going to be interesting because we have the API weekly crude oil figure today coming at 21:30 UK time, GMT. And then we move over to the bond market. We've seen bonds actually bond yields rising percentage points wise. So we've seen that the US has risen, 2-year and 10-year has risen, and the UK gilts have also risen. But the German bond market has actually fallen in terms of yield. So this means that prices are rising. So if we see rising yield prices in US and UK, this means that the actual price of bonds is falling because tensions are easing. So thank you for listening.